Hey guys, Patriot coming to you from the Southwest Desert out here in Arizona. I'm in my home and I thought I'd do a little EDC backpack review for you. I know I've been away a long time. I haven't done a video and I haven't produced a video in about 2 months or so, but I've been missing it. Sometimes life priorities just kind of take over and you spend the time where it's needed. I had a day off and I thought, you know, there's no reason I can't put something together. A lot of people have been asking about my EDC backpack to do an EDC update. So I thought I'd show you what I carry not only in my pack, but also what I carry on my person every day. Guys, let's start with a few things that I'm going to have on my person at any given time. These are things that are not going to be in my backpack, but actually on my person. These are normally going to be used inside of a set of 511 tactical pants, which is what I wear on my day-to-day job, and so I've got plenty of room for everything. Later I'm going to weigh these for you so that you'll see. You can see I've got a 511 lightweight belt here. Just a real handy, I actually consider a belt a tool. Yeah, it holds up your pants, but it's also useful for many things. I've got a couple of large knives here. I'm not going to typically carry both of these on my person at one time, although I have. If I'm sitting down a lot, driving in a car, sitting in a movie theater, or, you know, I need something ultra sturdy like I did up in Alaska, or I'm restricted on blade size somewhere, I'll typically go with this ZT301. You've seen that on a desktop review. If I need something that's just a big blade, a big defensive blade, I'll typically carry this Cold Steel Voyager, and this is going to be my main day-to-day knife that I would have on me. So let's just say that it's the Voyager for right now, and we'll set this one aside. The next thing are my car keys and my everything else keys. I got my work keys on there too. I've got 3 AAA lights here. One is the County Com AAA, another is a Streamlight Micro Stream, the other is a Preon 1 aluminum with a tail clicky on it. These are all running on lithium-ion 10440 batteries, unprotected cells. They provide a lot of light output, pushing the 200 lumen envelope in something that's very tiny. This one gives me lots of light in a 3 mode. It's a twisty, but this will run on low mode for a long time, 20 hours plus. Same with this Preon. I've got a 3 mode plus another 3 hidden modes on this one. This one's more of a single mode light, and if I have to go really light for some reason and I'm not carrying my Surefire LX2, this one works really great because it's got a lot of throw for a little tiny reflector. It's just very efficient, and it's about somewhere 160 lumens or so, but a lot of it's a very throwy pocket light. It's the most throwy AAA pocket light that I've ever come across with a lithium-ion 10440 in it, so it really works well. I might not carry all 3 of these on my person, but it's not uncommon that I'd carry those 2 together or those 2 together. So let's just call it those 2 for right now, and I'll set this little AAA aside. The next one would be my primary tactical light. That's the Surefire LX2. When it comes to production lights, there's not much else that can touch the Surefire LX2 and E2D Defender for their mix of durability, brightness, and throw. Both of those lights, the LX2 and the E2D Defender, have a tier optic system, so it gets 99% of that light out the front end. These actually test, they're stated to be about 200 lumens. They actually test closer to 230 to 250 lumens. And so it's a very bright light. For a bezel of this size or a reflector of that size, there's really not anything that throws further than those 2 lights outside of a dedicated aspheric lens flashlight. Now, aspherics have their place, but since it casts such a narrow, tight beam and it's a square beam, it's very limited use. This is an all-around utility light, whereas an ED or a aspheric lens light is going to be more of a specialty light. So when it comes to standard lights, not much else throws as far as these lights do. Actually, nothing does that I can think of in a production category. Takes 2 CR123 batteries, which you'll see later in the backpack. I always like to have one good writing instrument. This one happens to be by Surefire. I picked this up real cheap on sale, and it's got a real good pocket clip. It's a twist to extend ballpoint. Takes, I can't remember if it's Fisher refills or something else. Has a glass breaker on the end of the tail cap. I've got one good watch. I've had a lot of people ask me what this is. This is a Luminox watch. It's a Ultimate Diver. They don't make this exact one anymore, but great little watch. I've had it for maybe 6 or 7 years now, and it's probably the only really nice watch that I have. So, or I consider it really nice. I know that to a watch collector, it's small beans, but I've got my windmill lighter. This is my butane torch. Very hot flame, super reliable. I carry extra fuel for this in the backpack, but this is always in my pocket. Got a couple of earplugs here. They're handy for all sorts of things, but I actually need them on the job, and that's why I've got them in my pocket. Got a small lip balm. This is just a little baby chapstick here. Good for keeping the lips from drying out this time of the year. Of course, there's other, it can be used as fire starting fuel too. You smear that into a cotton ball, or pull some cotton off of your socks and smear it into that. It's going to make a real reliable ignition source. Of course, the old cell phone here. I've got a iPod, my wallet, of course, and then here I have the Bodyguard 380. This is small 7-shot or 6+1 380 auto. It's got a laser built in. Just a real handy, small, something I can pack anywhere. I can usually carry this in the cargo pants on my 511s, or I can actually put this in my back pocket and wallet carry this. And it feels just like a wallet in my back pocket. Very, very concealable, handy, reliable. You'll be seeing a video on that down the road. Just never got around to it for some reason. And that'll just about cover the carried EDC items, and we'll go ahead and weigh those out for you really quick. As I was standing here, I kind of got a little bit curious about what these different items weighed. So I thought, just for satisfy curiosity, I'd throw these in a bag and weigh these items and see what I'm actually carrying around my waist on my pants each day. We won't count the belt. Let's get the scale. Okay, we're zeroed out. About 3.5 pounds or so. Alright guys, last time when I did a EDC backpack series, it was too long, too many parts, and the other difference was I had a much different backpack. I had more of a sporting, everyday, college type backpack. It was very low key, didn't look tactical, and it served me pretty well. Over time the zipper started to break on it, started to blow holes through it. It just wasn't made for the tactical role. Now while this one probably catches the eye at Walmart a lot more than the other would, I found that it serves my purposes pretty good. I couldn't afford to have both a black one and an OD one or a coyote one, so I kind of went with the one that I was going to use the most. This backpack went to Alaska with me, and I really put it through the paces. This is the Rush 24, the 511 Rush 24 pack, and this is now what I'm using for EDC. You can see it's pretty girthy here. I never actually did a proper review on this pack, but I will say that for day-to-day use, that it's been a good pack. I like about 90% of it, and I might point out in a different backpack review the few things that I don't like about it. But overall, this has been my workhorse here for the last probably 6 or 8 months. Let's go ahead and start right in. I'll show you what I have pocket by pocket. Last time I had all the items sitting out on the floor and showed you the backpack at the end. This time we're going to unload it. have what I'll call my EDC necklace, or somebody might call it an EDC keychain. I've got a few items hung across a piece of paracord, and these are things that if I need to grab something and go really quick, maybe I just need to walk out into the desert to get some pictures or something like that, I won't take my entire backpack. I'll just go really light. I'll take some items that I should absolutely always have on me, and that's what this has on it. You'll probably see a full review of what I have on this EDC keychain, or the reasons why I selected these items, but really quickly, just wanted to show that I've got a CRKT little Doug Ritter fixed blade on here. This is the RSK MK5, and you can see that little guy. I like the robustness. It is pretty small, but I can put a pretty good amount of torque on it without hurting myself. Next thing on here is my jet scream whistle. You've seen that in other videos. Next thing on here is a compass. This is just a little Silva standard compass, but it's got a large enough dial on it that I can see that low light. If you go too small with these things, sometimes they're going to get not visible without a flashlight or a headlamp. So not a big deal if you've got a flashlight or headlamp. I always like to be able to see something that I can view by moonlight, and this is large enough. You can kind of see how big that is in proportion to my hand there. I have a piece of clear packaging tape over the dial. That way it protects it. It's not going to bang around on stuff, and when I need it in an emergency, I can peel that piece of tape off and get a good, clear, crisp view of it. Next thing is a UST striker. You probably saw this in the EDC Backpack video with Swibo 6 when I was up in Vancouver. We demonstrated that against a log just to show that it sparks real well. It's a nice one-handed system. And the next thing on here is a ITP. This is the upgrade ITP AAA flashlight. So I've always got a high quality flashlight around my neck. If I just leave the vehicle really quick, this is what I grab right here. Okay, there's probably a few loose items in here. Here's just a small stack of sticky notes. They're always handy. Good for communications on the move if you had to leave somebody notes. Here's just a Ranger band. Not sure why it's loose. Probably should put it with my other stuff. I've got a full-size chapstick in here, and some dental floss. I'm just going to lay these out on the ground as I take them out, guys. These are lithium-ion 10440 batteries. These are the rechargeable series, of course. They're a 4.2 volt battery that I run in almost all of my AAA lights. The reason that I like a rechargeable system is because I use them all the time. About every day or two, I'm recharging the batteries in my small AAA lights. Really like the AAA size because it's so handy, doesn't take up a lot of room, and I can use it all the time. Whereas I might use the LX2 here in certain situations where I really need a lot of light or I need tactical light. I'll probably go with this, but my small lighting chores are almost always with these lights, and these are the batteries that power those. It also works on nickel metal hydride AAAs as well as lithium primaries. I think it's going to be an L92 in AAA and normal alkaline batteries. So it works on any AAA battery. I just happen to use it with these high power 10440, which aren't recommended, but as you see in many of my videos, I use them quite a bit. Also in here I've got a little ESSI survival priorities card. It's always nice to slow down when I'm bored, whatever. It's nice to read this. If you're in an emergency and you're going a little bit crazy, need something to calm you down and remind you of what the priorities are. Always good to have a little quick reference card like this. Okay, also in here I've got a little USB 16 meg flash card, and I have a Meritac Meritac AA flashlight. The reason that I have this light, guys, is because despite all the other lights that I have, I'm carrying a lot of equipment, as you'll see, that runs on AA batteries. So this is basically just kind of a backup. You know, for its size and weight, I'm really not giving anything up to carry a few grams of AA flashlight. that's a 3-mode light like this. It's a very handy light. Tail stands, you can use it as a candle to light up a room, whatever. You can see I have a single and a loop AAA battery in there. Or I keep saying AAA, AA battery in there. Okay, let's head on over to the other pocket. I think that one's all emptied out. I'm going to zip that back up. Oh, these are just some Trivita B12 vitamins that I take. You just put them under your tongue and let them dissolve. Here's some Purell hand sanitizer. Always nice to have for when you're out and about. Good for gas pumps, when you're at the bank, that sort of thing. This is my lens cleaning brush. You've seen this clean the lens many times. Got a little brush on the other side there. Handy. Also in here is my little optics kit. I've got some lens cleaning equipment in there, a microfiber cloth, and I've got a small chamois in there. So I kind of usually have all this stuff together. It's very handy for the cameras and binoculars. I just put my lens pen inside the bag there so it stays dust free. Not even sure what's in here. Oh, I've got a small disposable Bic lighter just as a backup. Quick fire. The windmill jet lighter here is kind of quick fire on my person. This little cheap solution here is quick fire off of my person. Alright, that takes care of that pocket. Let's go up front here. Okay, first thing here you see right at the top is a small medical, not really a first aid, but more of a medicine bag, so to speak. I do have a first aid pouch in here that's Ranger banded together. I've got lots of bandages in here, Sudafed, small items, Tylenol, Alka-Seltzer, all these things that come in handy, small cuts every day, that sort of thing. I've got some pretty good sized bandages in there. You can see it's a little bit ragged, but they're all still sealed, and it works out just fine. So you can see there's some Pepto-Bismol in there, I think that's Imodium AD, something really handy to have. You know, that can really dehydrate a person if you're having an issue with that. The other things in here, I've got some more of that vitamin B12. I've got some Claritin. I do have occasional seasonal allergies. I hate taking medicine, but when you need it, it's there, and it's good to have. I've got some emergency vitamin packs. You know, you throw that in a bottle of water, you drink it down, and it's just nice to have it at work and whatnot. I've got some Neosporin, I've got some Visine in there, and I've got lots of lozenges, Advil, aspirin, all the things that you would use day to day. I would say that maybe this isn't so much for me, but I've always been the kind of guy who sort of likes to be prepared for others, and I would say that I get into this this little medicine bag more for the sake of other people. Somebody's got a sore throat at work or whatever, and I've got something that can usually make their day a little bit more comfortable. So I use it myself sometimes too, but 3 times out of 4 I'm usually going in here for somebody else.